All right, here we are at our 2007 Rinker 350 Express Cruiser for sale. We're here on the beautiful freshwaters in Norris Lake, Tennessee. This one is in a transferable covered slip. That means the boat can stay right here where it's currently located. We are at a marina that's very convenient to I-75 on the Knoxville, Tennessee side of Norris Lake. This is a beautiful freshwater used boat. It's being sold by the third owner. If you're familiar with our website, or if you're frequent our website quite a bit, this one may look familiar to you. We did have it listed over last winter, and the current owners did pull it off the market, kept it through this season, and now they're ready to put it back up for sale. So again, slip is transferable with this one. This boat has been in freshwater its entire life. It came out of the Kentucky Lake area whenever it made its way over here to Norris Lake. This is powered by twin Volvo Penta 8.1 liter Ocean Series, 496 cubic inch, 375 horsepower inboard, outboard, fuel injected, DuoProp, Outdrive engines, and a 5 kW Kohler generator. More on that here in just a few moments, because I've actually got the engine hatch raised. So we're going to start right there in the engine room, and then we'll kind of move on about. We're going to come back to our transom back here. Let's go ahead and step on inside our cockpit. So we do have a powered engine hatch here. I've got it raised up, obviously, so we can kind of peek right down here in our engine room here right off the bat. So again, these are Ocean Series engines. Essentially, that means Volvo came out with a Nutrisalt engine flushing system, and otherwise it's going to have stainless steel fasteners, coated oil pans, EDP treated exhaust manifolds, and risers. So, but yeah, just because it's Ocean Series doesn't mean it has to be in the ocean. Like I said, this one has been in freshwater, but it does have that Ocean Series package for anybody that is wanting to take this outside of the area if they so choose to. That 5 kW Kohler generator is in a SoundBox right over here. There's about 437 engine hours on it. You can have a separate battery for that generator just behind it there. It's going to be our freshwater tank right here. It's going to be a 52-gallon capacity freshwater tank. We've got a 6-gallon dual source water heater. So essentially with the dual source, that means with this starboard side engine running here, that will actually use some of that the water from the exhaust of this engine actually make hot water. So you can either get a couple different ways making hot water with this water heater. You can either be on shore power like we are now, you can be on generator power, or you can simply run the starboard side engine here, and that's going to warm up water in there. We've also got a Hayline automatic fire suppression system mounted just above that. And let me see if I can pivot around. We'll show you the other side of our engine room here. It's over here. This is going to be our port side engine. Step back a little bit farther here. Port side engine is going to be our onboard waste holding tank. This is a 41-gallon waste holding tank. We do have a VaccuFlush head on this one. That is an upgrade. And let me peek on over here around the corner. This port side engine, we've got a boat safe marine engine compartment heater. You've got some house battery power, another starting battery over here for your engine. These canisters right here, this is for that that Nutrisalt flush system on those engines. So you can see those are empty. Those essentially have not really been utilized. Got a guest battery isolator over here, an onboard battery charger, and there is a Y valve on this one, but here on Norris Lake everything does go into that waste holding tank. Get you a peek down here in the center. That's going to be your high water bilge right there, sitting up a little bit higher than your typical. You got some strainers right here for that water that is coming in for your engines. And I love how those are easily accessible right there. And there's going to be another bilge pump just below those strainers right down there in the center of that bilge floor. Strainer also over here for that fresh water on the generator. Notice, not sure if you can tell here, let me zoom in a little bit here. There's your through hole for that generator intake. Notice how it's labeled right there. That is very handy. Of course, you know, should be able to figure out what that one's for, but love that you have some items like that labeled down here. That beeping noise you hear is actually coming from our dash. Let's head up there next. That's actually our Raymarine system. It has lost the signal. Okay, yeah, I set that alarm off for you here. So, Hail Mary wanted some attention here. That is a Raymarine C80. This is going to be a GPS chart plotter with radar. Got a couple different screens to pick from up here. So now you can see it's found the vessel position again. This is a very detailed map right in here. You're going to be able to zoom in and out. You can track your location and all that good stuff here on our pages. You're going to have a radar screen. You do a split with your chart plotter and radar. There's going to be a radar and some of your engine data, and this is going to be a screen with all of that. So once you do get underway here, this can give you a lot of different readings as you're moving about, including your GPS speed, heading location, things like that. So we'll go ahead and flip that back on over to just the chart plotter screen. Remote spotlight controls right here. That is functional up there on our bow rail. We've got a remote for our Clarion. This is going to be an AM, FM, USB auxiliary input, Bluetooth, Pandora, and satellite ready stereo. We got driver remote. We got transom remote. Main head unit is down in the cabin. Let me go ahead and hit a key right here. Turn on our engine instrumentation. Got a depth finder reading right here next to this port side cluster gauge. This is going to be cluster gauge for your fuel. Actually, this is going to be port and starboard. Fuel gauge is up here on the top, battery volt down here on the bottom. Another cluster gauge over here. Again, port side engine temp and oil pressure. Starboard side engine temp and oil pressure. RPM synchronizer gauge right here. This is handy. Now they also have a very useful tachometer right here where we've got both port and starboard tachometer on the one gauge. Engine hours for each is listed as well. So that port side engine is currently showing 635.6 engine hours. We're going to round that up, call it 636, and starboard engine is showing 642.1 hours. So 636, 642 engine hours. Trim gauge for both port and starboard drives. Additionally, we've got a clock up here. This could be your Lenco hydraulic trim tabs with an indicator gauge. I love these indicator gauges. This takes a little bit of the guesswork out, lets you know where those tabs are located. So you can hit those right there. See those lights coming down, letting you know which way those tabs are, so you can always see where they are set. A pair of stainless cup holders right here at your driver's seat. Ritchie compass just forward of our instrumentation. I think I got sidetracked here. So this synchronizer gauge, that's going to be a quick reference, let you know if your port's running slower or starboard's running slower. So whenever you are underway, you're able to try to keep that sync near the center. But of course, it's also handy that you've got this shared tachometer right here. You'll be able to do that as well here. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit easier because you're just following one needle instead of trying to looking at two. When you are underway, it's important to not be distracted and have your eyes down here to the helm very much. You want to keep a very good lookout overhead. So it's nice to have both of those options for you. Obviously, that might work a little bit better for different people. All right, painting back just a little bit. We've got a VHF Standard Horizon VHF radio right here, your ship-to-shore radio. It's going to turn on right there. That's that NOAA weather radio right there. Of course, you can hit channel 16 as well as scan through the rest of your channels. acknowledge that again. And actually, since we showed you that, we'll go ahead and turn that one off. So we'll power down that display so you don't hear that anymore. And we come back over here and turn that marine radio off as well. So we do have bilge alarm right here near your driver's helm. So if you do hear that alarm, somebody's going to hear that pretty quickly. Got a nice little channel marker visual guide right there. We've got a pair of 12-volt power outlets just below your steering wheel. And we've got a power switch there for our electronics. That Nutrisalt system that we spoke about those Volvo Penta Ocean Series engines a minute ago, as well as the Cockpit Washdown accessory switch. We did function test everything on here, and everything works just as it should. There's that blower, hear that bilge pump running. We've got some windshield wipers up here on the windshield, functional horn as well, powered engine hatch. We've basically got all of our lights, well, except for our navigation lights. We've got everything kind of turned on. Our cockpit lights, we've got some lights here overhead on our radar arch. See those courtesy lights down there near the floor. And now that we're done in that engine room, I'm going to go ahead and lower that hatch, and we'll spend a little bit more time here in the cockpit before we head down into that cabin. So this engine hatch, that is powered. Go ahead and take that down. Oh, you know what? Before I do, let me hop back down there again. There's a stain back here near the back of that engine hatch. I just want to point that out to you, show you that it appears to just be that, simply a stain right there. So you see where we've got that right there. That appears to be solid right back there. I'm not exactly sure what caused that stain. Obviously, probably some water got in there at some point. Could have been maybe from this transom, could have been maybe water draining out of that rear hatch locker that we've got in that raised position right there. But I did want to address that before we moved on out of this engine room. Okay, so now bear with me here. Let me climb back out. So do climb out. That little subwoofer may have caught your eye right there. This one's got a nice sound system on it. So let's go ahead and continue down with that powered engine hatch. This would be a good time to remind you that current asking price, we don't typically discuss that in our video walkthrough tours. That's mostly because the asking prices oftentimes will change between when a listing is listed and when it is sold. But we do not hide that from you. It's going to be readily available. If you take the time to go over to our website, we encourage you to go there, because that's where you're going to have all the information about the boat, the full list of specifications, features, options, as well as that current asking price, and all of our contact information. We don't monitor the YouTube comment page. So if you do have any questions about this one, please make the trip over to our website and reach out to us through there. You can reach out to us by text, by phone, or by email, whatever is most convenient for you. We do like to remind you, if you call, get our voicemail, keep in mind we are frequently in areas without cell phone reception. So if you do want to return a phone call, just take a few moments, leave us a detailed message, let us know which listing you're looking at, what questions you have. As soon as we either finish with the client or return to cell service here, we'll be able to return that call, have all those questions answered for you. So here, before we left our swim deck, obviously we got that nice sea deck flooring throughout on this one. We've got a Magma gas little propane grill that's pedestal mounted back here on your swim platform. This one, they've even got the little tray right there, give you some more cooking surface right there. Swim boarding ladder here off this extended swim platform as well. And then right over here next to us, this is going to be your freshwater hookup for when you're at the slip. Now, obviously, there is that onboard freshwater tank that we referenced a little bit earlier, but when you're at a marina, that's going to be your connection to give yourself some water. So again, that nice little bench seat, two more stainless steel cup holders on either side, and then we've got some storage in this, although I did just reconnect all those. Let me disconnect that so we can open this hatch here. So nice large storage compartment right here. We've got an extra anchor back here, so if you are anchored out, you're going to be able to do a stern anchor in addition to that windlass anchor up there. Got some other safety equipment down here, some spare parts as well. Some propane tanks in there for that magma grill. And then right over here is going to be your transom, little pull-out transom shower. It's going to be hot and cold water transom shower right there. That back into place. And we'll close that back up. This is going to be a 4-step swim boarding ladder. It's going right over the edge. You got some pull-out cleats, or pull-up cleats throughout, all stainless steel hardware. Now, before I leave the swim deck, let me see if I can show you not only our drives, but we've also got a swim light down here. Or, well, an underwater light. Bear with me here. Get us at a good angle. Okay, yeah. So now you can see where that swim light is on, and then you can also, you can see both our drives kind of through that water there. Those are the Volvo DuoProp Outdrives, and again, this is the big 8.1 liter big block V8 engine. So we've got 375 horsepower each. Plenty of power on this boat. We do have a small little basically that was probably a little docking error right here that has been sealed up. So I love that they've sealed that up. That's probably like some 3M 4200 on there. That's going to kind of cover that and prevent moisture from working its way in there. We got a little bit of wear on our sea deck padding right there around that swim ladder if you want to be real picky. And we've also got that walk-through transom leading into our cockpit right there. That's going to lock right there. We've got a breaker panel right here. It's going to be your 12-volt battery switches, and then your fuse switches for let's see, your windlass, your battery charger, and your port side and engine chargers as well. These are all going to be some fuses right here. If those ever pop out, you're going to have a visual indicator on there because you'll see like a little trim of white around that. And then we've also got posts right here. If you ever did have your batteries were drained, these are going to be a jump post right here. This just has covers on there. You're going to pull that cover off, and that's where you can connect a jump box to in order to get that engine hatch raised. So here's that transom stereo remote that I referenced a little bit earlier as well. And then as we do make the transfer into our cockpit here, we've got some more cup holders right there. Another one by this large bench seat. We've got 3 more up on the back of this one, 2 more right over here, another one there, and another 3 right over here, 2 more just in front of that, and then of course the 2 at the driver's seat. So from the cockpit and transom, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 back here in your transom. So plenty of drink holders for everyone. Removable lounge table, of course, also has 2 more cup holders integrated into it. You referenced that subwoofer just below that seat just a little bit ago. We've got a pair of speakers on either side of your radar arch over here. And then obviously, I'm sure this probably caught your eye, we've got a small cockpit refrigerator and ice maker. Cockpit sink, integrated blender, small little waste bin, and then also that freshwater washdown pump right there. So this ice maker is AC power only, so your generator or shore power is going to power that. This little fridge right here is actually an AC and a DC fridge, so it's going to work 12 volt or shore or generator power. So you've got this cockpit sink here. Again, that integrated blender. And these actually will stow away. So when you're not utilizing that, you're going to have that set up just like that right there. This camper canvas Issenglass enclosure is all in really great condition. We do have some screens in our Issenglass. That's going to be a screen right there. Of course, I've got our entry door rolled up. And then there is also a screen for this center one. It's not in place right now. They've opted for just that solid Issenglass there. And a small little map holder right over here. So this is handy. You keep your maps down here, and they're not going to get blown away while you are underway. And then I don't think I pointed out here our driver's seat. This is kind of a double width driver's seat, so you can have a driver and a companion up here. Plenty of room for 2 people up here. We've also got the flip up bolster, which is great on a boat this size because you are going to have a little bow rise off of it. So with that flipped up bolster, you're going to have a really good point of view over top your helm there. A small little storage. Just below that, you've got some of your required safety equipment down there. First aid kit. I believe there's a flare kit down there as well. So I believe we covered what we need to cover here in the cockpit. That full 360-degree tour. We've also got those steps that are going to go. You can go through your windshield up here to access the bow. Obviously, if the Issenglass is not in place, you're going to be able to go around your arches as well. So you've got like a small little step integrated there. And then you've actually got, let me step out of that cockpit here so I can show you. We've got a rail or a handle right here where you can make that step and actually get around that arch. And a small little gunnel right there on that side. It's going to lead you up to the bow area. While I'm here, let's go ahead and hop up there right quick. It takes a little bit more doing, but I've got a cleat to utilize right over here on the dock side. Also can give you a look on top of our radar arch. That's that Ray Marine radar right there. And then we've got a nice padded bow area. 2 more drink holders going to be up here. And then, of course, you've got 3 different hatches down in that cabin. We're going to get to that here in a moment. Here's that remote spotlight that I referenced just a little bit earlier. And it's going to be our windlass anchor here off the bow. Raise that up. You're going to have foot controls for this. And you can also operate that from that driver's helm. That's going to be a Lewmar windlass. Lewmar Pro Series windlass anchor. So we've got that sea deck flooring all the way up here on our bow area. This one just shows very well. Should also point out this one was ceramic coated this season in 2024. Ceramic coating was applied to the exterior. The exterior. We've got a little bit of wear in our vinyl stripe right up here. Get a little bit of wear going around kind of the exterior of this bow area. I'll be able to show you that better once we step back down on the dock, and we'll do that before we sign off completely. But there's another look down in that cockpit. And like I said, if this Issenglass was not in place, you'd be able to kind of use this little grab rail right here and actually step all the way right over there. Instead, I'm going to hop off on our dock. Pair of 30 amp shore power connections over here on our port side, along with your waste pump out and a cable TV and phone jack for anybody that's at a marina that does provide that. You're on Norris Lake, I don't think you're going to see that. And we've also got power connections over here on the starboard side. So same thing, phone, TV, and your 2 30 amp shore power connections. Again, there's some of that little bit of wear or fading in that vinyl striping. Freshwater fill for your freshwater tank is going to be right there, and that's going to be your gas fill. All right. We talked about what we needed to talk about out here. Let's head on down into the cabin. But I do want to pause and show you, we do have an integrated cabin screen door. This is a really nice feature for anybody that does like to stay out away from the dock. Of course, there's your main cabin door. That's lockable. But I love having that cabin screen, especially at night if you want to have some lights on down in the cabin, but you don't want to seal that up and cut off all your ventilation. You've got the screen here. You're also going to have screens for those 3 hatch windows up there, so you can really, especially when you're underway, with this screen door and your hatches raised, you're going to be able to pull a lot of fresh air through that cabin. Not sure, did I miscount our speakers here? You got the 2 on the arch on both sides, but you've also got one just forward of the arch by your driver and passenger seat over there. And then of course that subwoofer on the back as well. So you've got, was that 2, 4, 6 cockpit speakers and a subwoofer all back here in your cockpit. So all right, so we showed you that screen. Let's go ahead and head down there now. Got 3 steps heading down into our cabin. I'm going to pause just briefly right here. This is going to be our convertible dinette. Got a pair of stereo speakers mounted just overhead of that portable dinette there. 2 port windows over there as well. That you see that little piece of white up there. That's actually that center Issenglass that has the integrated screen in it. You've got some storage above that dinette seat as well. And I'm going to go ahead and make our way down. Look at the flooring down in here. The way we transition from this teak look C-deck flooring down into the cabin. This is just a really good looking boat here. Again, all freshwater history on this one. All right. Now, I will have photographs of this pulled out in the bed position. It does involve removing this lounge table, so it's not quite easy to do one-handed here while we're shooting our video, but this simply pulls up almost the way that a futon would, and will just fold out flat. Got your owner manuals are just right there behind our dinette seat, and again, that's storage integrated in. Moving forward up into our V-berth, we've got a privacy curtain that's going to be on a track right there that actually go all the way right around over here. So if you do have other guests, you'd be able to close that curtain off. 2 port windows on either side of this large V-berth, along with that overhead hatch. And speaking of that overhead hatch, you've got a few different, so of course you can open that up. This is going to be that screen for whenever you are underway or at night and you want to have that hatch open. And then you've got a full privacy screen too, or a blackout shade right there. That's going to give you a little bit more oh, what am I trying to say there? Cut out that outside light. You've also got, of course, you've got curtains on those port windows as well. Notice these screens are in place for that. Added cup holders on either side of this V-berth as well. Now, over here, our galley, we've got a AC/DC cabin refrigerator. We've got an LG microwave. That's going to be a 24-inch Vizio. LED smart TV, and this is actually mounted to this cabinet here, so you can actually open this up if you want to have that viewable from the master bed right here. They've taken the liberty of adding a little stabilizer bar right there, so you can kind of lock that into position, so that'll even stay in place. And whenever you are kind of out, if you're rocking around a little bit, depending on where you are, you can have that basically at any angle that you like. Of course, that's also nice storage right there as well. Now our counters here, we've got a 2-burner electric smooth top range. They make these covers right here because obviously on a boat like this, you are always going to be a little bit limited in your counter space. So these are nice even with your sink, where you can basically have the max amount of cabinet or counter space that you need, and then pull these off, stow them away whenever you are utilizing the area. And then this is going to be a little integrated waste bin right there with a little cover for it. You got a GFCI outlet right there, and also some storage just behind our galley area. That's another port window with a screen. This is a newer LG kind of integrated, stainless microwave. Plenty of storage up here. Above that, you've got these shelves right here. You got a paper towel holder there. Of course, you've got that area right there. Some really neat storage here in the galley as well. You've got kind of this slide out cabinet there. It's going to be very handy. Little storage space right here, kind of just below that sink. And then this is going to be another slide out drawer here. And another one below here. Now that's going to be an air return vent. There's actually your onboard comfort is going to be kind of underneath this V-Berth bed right here. That is going to be a, let me find the specs on that one here. That is a 18,000 BTU capacity reverse cycle marine air conditioning unit with heat. Again, that's that return air unit. There are going to be vents for that throughout. Nice large AC/DC refrigerator here. It's got a small little freezer compartment as well. Great lighting all around. Now, before we head back, let's go ahead and step in our head compartment right here. So, if you've been on other cruiser models, it is rare to have a separate shower stall. That's what you've got here in this Rinker 350 Express. Obviously, this is a vent right here for that air conditioning that we talked about, heat and air. Another port hatch with a screen. Another integrated waste bin right here. There's going to be your sink. You've got some storage overhead of that VaccuFlush head. Again, that VaccuFlush head, if you've never had one, that's probably one of the nicer heads to have on a boat. Essentially, it's going to do your flushing with essentially a vacuum system. It's going to kind of suck that waste out of there, goes to a waste holding tank, small little storage cabinet, as well as your tissue holder right there. And then, yeah, so then here you've got this full walk-in shower stall. See how that works right there when you are utilizing it. It's going to close that over, open that up in there. You can step right in. You've got a hook up there as well, light overhead, and then of course you've got two little towel racks right here, as well as your overhead shower head. Lots of room in here. All right, stepping on out of there. Close that off. Now here's our mid cabin. So again, this is another sleeping berth. We've also got another removable lounge table. We've got two of these really nice looking tables. Got a storage cabinet just over here. It's going to be another port vent with a screen, or port window with a screen. You're going to have another heat and air vent right here. Storage in here. So here's going to be part of your privacy screen for this mid cabin. Of course, that's on a hook right there. I love that that's on a hook, so it can kind of stay out of your way when you're not utilizing it. That track will slide all the way over to about right here, and you've got another screen on a track right here. It's going to come all the way around and can essentially close this whole mid cabin off, give you some privacy right there. So this whole area, we've got a small little step down to this area. So basically this whole area beyond this step, you're going to be able to have that curtain up, give you some privacy. We've got a small, this is going to be a 20-inch Insignia LED HD television with a integrated DVD player. Is right here. This bed's going to fold out, very similar fashion as the other one. In fact, I think I could probably handle moving this bed, but before I do that, I want to show you a few other things over here. We got three more little cabinets over here we haven't opened up yet. It's going to be a hanging closet right here, and then this is going to be your power panel. So this is going to be your 110 panel right here. So this is all of your shore power, generator power. You've got your toggle switches right here for your different items. This is going to be a transfer switch from your shore power, where you can go from generator power. This is going to be your your starboard or your port side shore power selector switch. So whichever one you are hooked to. Like I said, right now, obviously we're on that starboard side power. This is kind of dummy proofed right here with this little bracket here. It's not going to let you have both plugged in at the same time. You've got to shut the starboard off before you can transfer it over to the port. And then this is going to be your transfer switch going from shore power to generator power. 12-volt panels just below that. Remote start for your generator, and blower switch right here as well. Freshwater pump, your toilet system, that's an accessory switch. Some lights, panel lights right here. We can light all that up if it is dark. Your Sensa tank, holding tank monitoring systems right here, showing 2/3 full on that freshwater tank and empty on our waste tank. And then this is that main head unit for that Clarion. Again, this is a AM, FM, USB, auxiliary input, Bluetooth, Pandora, and satellite-ready Clarion stereo. We've got a Clarion 6-disc CD changer, as well as this large JL audio amplifiers all right here with all that audio equipment. So again, driver and transom mounted stereo remotes as well. There's that FM, Sirius XM, Pandora, auxiliary input. Of course, you've also got that Bluetooth input as well. Go ahead and turn that one off. Now, just below this little cabinet right here, we've got another GFI power outlet, as well as another pair of 12-volt power outlets. But under here, we've got a integrated central vac system. This is a C-vac. Got your hose that's going to pull out of here. And look how long this hose is. Of course, one of my attachments fell off here. And this is going to be really handy. Got that hose right here where you can basically go around the entire cabin of this one and run that central vac system. There's your additional bags for that as well. Got some other attachments for that vac in that bag right there as well. Close that one off. All right, now bear with me here. Let me see if I can move this table without creating too much motion with our camera here. Yeah. Okay, bear with me here. Move this table out of the way. Just gonna set it down here in our V-Berth since I'm kind of doing everything one-handed. This table is gonna pull out in a very similar fashion. In fact, this back one was easy enough, and might even talk me into giving that Dinette one a try. Those pedestal mounts just pull right out of there, and then simply give this a little pull. Like I said, as easy as that, it's going to fold down. These two cushions right here actually kind of Velcro mounted to the side panel here, so that you can pull those out and give yourself plenty of space down here. This one also is going to pull right out. That one's also Velcroed in. A little bit of a stain right on there. And I think I saw a stain right over here as well. No rips or tears, just a couple stains in that upholstery there. Similar right over here. A few little stains. So it's easy as that. Anybody's had a mid-cabin before, it's rare that you can kind of make that bed with just one hand, kind of like I did. Now, I should also point out, if you're seeing like a little bit of kind of some yellowing on these seats right here, it's simply from these LED lights. We've got some lighting on our camera here, so I can actually turn those off and let you know that those are not stained by any means. Everything's, well, with the exception of those areas we just kind of pointed out. But that yellowing that our camera's kind of picking up in the photographs and video, there's actually no yellowing at all on the material itself. It's all just kind of coming through those LED lights. So I just want to make you aware of that. Let's see, I might be able to lift this one out here as well. Let me give it a shot here. Yeah, there we go. Lift it right out. I'll lay this table up here where we put the other one. Simply pull these pedestals up. And there we have it. Bit of dust kind of in there where that crease was. Similar condition on our upholstery here at our dinette. We've got a few little light stains in there. No rips or tears by any means. There we are. There you have it. So there's your mid cabin and our V-berth with the beds made out. Now, everything that you're going to be seeing in our video tour is all going to be equipment that's going to be transferring with this one. When you go and look at the photographs of this one at our website, you're going to see a lot of personal effects and cushions and lights. I think there was even maybe a portable ice maker back here as well. All the personal effects have been removed. So essentially everything that you've seen in the video tour is going to be included equipment with this one. Not sure if I raised or open. Not raised, but open this. This is another hanging closet right here. There's going to be some matching pillow shams for that V-berth, but that's your rod right there for a second hanging closet. Small little storage cabinet right under here as well. There's a little bit of storage underneath this convertible dinette here as well. So. And again, I think we kind of covered it. You got your 2 cabin speakers down here. In addition to all that stereo equipment that was up on the front of this one. We do have maintenance history. And again, all those full specifications and features and all that good stuff is all going to be over at the website. There we go. Flip that one back down, and these just want to go right back in a similar fashion. Bottom paint on this one was last done, I believe, around 2016. So that is, I believe, the only kind of outstanding maintenance item that I'm aware of. This one does need to have bottom paint in the near future. Again, I think I mentioned that ceramic coating was done last year. Engine impellers and generator impeller, fluid and filter changes were all done in 2024. Outdrives were serviced with new gimbal bearings, U-joints, and bellows in 2022. So just needs some bottom paint. Bottom paint can easily be done in our area. Let's step on out of here. Let's go back down to the exterior. Don't think there was really any wear or tear in the cockpit here. All the upholstery's in great shape on this one. Gel coat's in great shape as well. I think there were a few marks on the exterior. We'll go look for those now. I should point out that hatch that we raised earlier, you can also access that from under this seat right here. And of course that lounge table right there is removable. We got a small little scuff right here in our cockpit seat right here. I saw a little mark there. I believe that's about it. It might be a little stain right there. Maybe a little stain right there. Rips and tears, I have not noticed anything. Let's see, we did kind of point out a little bit of wear around that swim platform. And just in really great shape. I think you can probably see we're getting a nice reflection off there. That's from that ceramic coating. That Rinker logo is looking great. That was just some dirt right there. Just need a little help, not to disappear. Right down here is a little bit of a few minor little scratches in the gel coat right here. A little bit of wear in that vinyl stripe. There's another, like I said, very minor little mark in that gel coat. There's even a little bug right there. There's another small little gel coat mark. Oh, I can find it with the camera here. There it is. Very minor one Where'd it go? It disappeared on me. Let me move around that post. Maybe that's just more of a water spot. I believe so. Now, just a little bit beyond our slip here. A little bit of water stain from that anchor drain. Get you up closer there. It's right there below that anchor drain. That's draining out of that anchor storage locker. And again, we kind of reference that vinyl striping. It's got a little bit of wear on that vinyl stripe line as we come back in a few spots. Majority of it's in great shape, but there are a few little nicks in that vinyl striping. And I think we had one little area on the other side of the boat. We'll make our way over there. That's a little bit of dirt right there as well. I can tell that will come out of there. Might need some cleaner on it. Yeah, I think that needs a little bit of cleaner on there, but that will come out. Yep, that also was a little bit of dirt. All right, let's move around to that starboard side. Again, this slip is transferable. Oh, this is a cockpit cover in addition to that Issenglass cover. So, it really depends on personal preference, but if you do reach a point when you're not using the boat at all, you can very easily remove all that Issenglass, replace your cockpit cover, maybe for winter storage. So, all right, over here on our starboard side, Rinker logo's looking great. A few little minor marks right down here, a few little very minor kind of scratches in that gel coat. Is it showing up? Gonna move our camera angle around a little. There you go. Now you can see it right there. Sometimes the light has to hit it just right. Another one right there. And small little wear area. Right down here, kind of right there in that decal, we got a little nick in the decal, but then it's also in the gel coat just below our stripe. Away with that camera angle a little bit so you can see it. And then this one here was sealed up, so that one probably kind of went through that gel coat a little bit right there. They've sealed that up maybe with some 3M 4200. Actually, maybe even just a little bit of adhesive tape right there. Looks like maybe did the trick for them. So we just want to get a little bit better zoom on that one. We just want to make all these areas. Oops, went a little bit too close there. Sorry, it's kind of hard to film this sometimes, hanging over the side of the slip. And then another small little, just barely into the gel coat right here as well. Let me back that one up just a touch. So it is kind of catching the edge right in there. And that's just below our decal numbers. There'll be another little spot right here that's kind of been sealed up. And similar, we got a little bit of a water line kind of coming out of that drain on this side as well. And then if we focus back up here to the stripe, similar situation over here on the starboard side in that vinyl striping in a few areas. As we go on back. And a little bit over here, starting here with our shore power connections as well. A bit of wear on that vinyl stripe. And that's really going to do it as far as our wear and tear goes. This one is in just great shape. Freshwater history. But of course it does have the Ocean Series Volvo, so if you are looking for something to take out of the area and you want to be on the in brackish, intercoastal or coastal environment, this would be a good option for you. But it has been a freshwater boat its entire life. Again, transferable coverage slip at probably the most convenient marina to I-75 here on Norris Lake. There was a lot to go over on this one. I think we kind of touched on everything. Do visit the website for the full list of specifications, features, options, current asking price. Like I said, we don't hide that. We just don't mention them on the video tours. For your convenience, down in the video description, there will be a direct link that'll take you right to the listing page for this one, where you're going to see that photo slideshow. You're going to see some basic specs and our contact info to the left side of that page. There'll be a link for a printable PDF that's going to have the full list of all the features and equipment and options. This one does have a 6'10" cabin headroom. It's a 37 feet 9-inch LOA. So that LOA is going to go from the tip of that bow to the back of that swim platform. The hull is going to be a 35-foot hull. It's a 12-foot beam. We've got a 3-foot draft. It's 550 pounds dry weight. That's without any fuel, water. That's basically without anything in the any of your waste, fresh water or fuel tanks, and no gear on board. It's about a 9-foot 8-inch bridge clearance, and we got an 18-degree dead rise at the transom. 235-gallon fuel capacity. I think I touched on that earlier. And yeah, that's probably going to be the bulk of everything. But again, full list of specifications and all that good stuff is always over there at the website. If you're watching this on a device, you're not able to actually view that link that's in the video description. All you got to do, remember, is our website is yournewboat.com. Open up any web browser on your preferred device, type yournewboat.com, click enter. You're going to see all of our inventory load. When you hit the Find Your New Boat button, you're not going to be overwhelmed. You're mostly going to be looking at boats just right here in East Tennessee and Norris Lake and surrounding areas. You can see this one on the Find Your New Boat page, the Norris Lake page, our cruisers page, and also you'll be able to see it in the different price breakdowns as well. So yournewboat.com. Again, this is the 2007 Rinker 350 Express Cruiser for sale, transferable slip, powered by those twin 8.1 liter Ocean Series Volvo Penta, 496 cubic inch, 375 horsepower inboard outboard fuel injected engines with the DuoProp Outdrives. You've got that underwater light, that 5 kW Kohler generator in the SoundBox. You've got heat and air conditioning. We've got that beautiful Issenglass canvas. Boat's just in great shape. You've got the Raymarine GPS Chartplotter and a radar. Do you want to step over here to this other side here? That's why I wanted to walk over here to this side. I lost my train of thought. This water running right here, I'm sure we'll get some comments. Somebody will think that this is the bilge running and maybe the boat's taking on water. That's not. That's actually the marine air conditioning unit. It's a geothermal based system. Uses lake water to make hot or cool air. And that's actually what that is running right there. So now you do have different through holes. This is actually probably going to be your that might be at your cabin bilge pump. Another one's going to be for your kitchen sink. Another's going to be for your cockpit sink. Another's going to be for your sink and your shower drain. You're going to have back here, one of these will be a bilge. Well, you've got two different bilges in the engine room. But I did want to call your attention to this water coming out up here towards the front of this. That's from that marine air unit running. It's got the air conditioning running on there right now. So that is why that water is circulating. So... all right, so that'll do it for this one. Again, it's the 2007 Rinker 350 Express Cruiser for sale again here. Beautiful freshwaters in North Lake, Tennessee. Please do reach out to us with any questions. Schedule your own private viewing of this one, submit an offer, anything like that. And again, if you're watching this on a device where you cannot see that direct link for this one, just click over to our website, yournewboat.com. That's where you can find all of our contact information. Again, you'll be able to reach out to us by phone, by text, or by email. And again, those two things coming up over top of the screen as we sign off here. One's going to be shortcut to our current listings playlist, and the other's going to be a shortcut to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. I thank you again for joining us again. This will wrap up the 2007 Rinker 350 Express Cruiser for sale here on beautiful Norris Lake. I thank you again for joining us.